Well, hello there, Cryptowisers. It's your good friend Milton here. That's right, I'm back. Milton is back. Cryptowise is back officially. I'm sorry for those of you who are regular watchers to the channel. I have not made a video in 6 months. Can you believe it? 6 months has gone by since I made my last video. And I'm so sorry to leave you Cryptowisers hanging like that. But don't worry, I'm back and there is plenty of time left in this bull run. And believe me, we are in a bull run. Look at those crypto bubbles. This is from the last year. Look at those numbers. Holy smokes, it has been a good year for crypto. But we all knew it was coming, right? Especially if you watch this channel, you know I am a big believer in the 4-year cycle for crypto, and we all survived that brutal crypto winter. And so now we are rewarded for our patience. This is the year that we get to enjoy ourselves again. And then, of course, next year, 2025, is going to be a huge year, which is why I am back. I want to talk crypto with all of you. I want to know what you guys are buying, what has worked for you, what hasn't worked, what altcoins you love, which ones you hate, because this is a very crucial time in a bull run. Over the next 6 months to a year, this is when we got to be taking profits. We also got to be taking some new risks, you know, if we want to. It's all up to you in terms of your own personal risk profile, but don't let anyone tell you you cannot make money in the bull run. You definitely can. But of course, the major gains are made if you pack your bags in the bear cycle of the 4-year cycle. So hopefully if you are a cryptowiser, you've done that. And if you're new to the channel, of course, welcome to Cryptowise. On this channel, I'm going to be talking a lot about altcoins. I talk everything crypto, and of course we touch on the granddaddy of them all, Bitcoin. But I like to go into the weeds of different ecosystems, love to talk altcoins. And of course, in this cycle is going to be crazy because, of course, with all the meme coins, there are literally millions of tokens to talk about. Look, I probably won't touch on all of them, but hopefully we'll talk a lot about different altcoins on this channel over the coming months. Today, I wanted to start with a bit of a retrospective because one of the videos I made about a year ago was this one here, top 12 altcoins for 2024. So I thought in my return here to Cryptowise, it would be fun to look back at what those coins were. What were my top 12 coins for 2024? How did they do? Compare the price from when I first talked about them in that video to where they are now. And of course, talk about which ones I'm still holding, which ones I still believe in. Have I replaced any of those for 2025? So that today's video is going to be all about that. We're going to look back at Milton's top 12 altcoins for 2024, see how I did with that list, and then let you know if I am substituting any of those coins for new coins for 2025. So guys, since it's been a really long time since I've made a video, please do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's let the world know that Cryptowise is back. Your old friend Milty is back. And of course, follow me over on the old X at Cryptowise, guys. I'm definitely active on X still. Talk a lot about the altcoins I like, the ecosystems I like there on X. I like to talk to people over there, interact with people. So make sure you're following me on X at Cryptowise, guys. All right, without further ado, let's talk some crypto. Okay, let's go through this list. These were my top 12 altcoins for 2024, which I announced 1 year ago. You can verify, go to the Cryptowise channel and go to this video. You can watch it there, verifying everything. I am not changing anything. I am not trying to weasel my way out of my top 12 picks from last year. These are them in all their glory, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's the thing about Cryptowise. If you're new to the channel, look, you're going to get my honest opinion. I'll let you know when I screw up. The thing about crypto, the beautiful thing about crypto is you only need to be right a few times. You can make a ton of money. And if you are right more than you're wrong, you can make a ton of money. I'm telling you. You are in the right space to make money if you are focused and willing to learn from your mistakes. And I have made a lot of mistakes in crypto over the last decade. All right. My number one coin These weren't really in order, but we'll go through them and I'll talk about what my thinking was for each of them and where I had them in terms of the percentage of my portfolio, etc. I will also say this before I begin. These are not all the coins that I hold. I hold many, many other coins, but these were the ones that I expected to do the best out of my bags in 2024. So number one on the list was Solana. Yeah, of course, Solana. Now, if you have been watching the channel for a long time, you know that we got into Solana pretty early. We were heavy into them in 2021. And so when the crash happened in end of 21 and into 2022, and at the tail end of 2022 when FTX happened and all that stuff, I still had a huge bag of Solana, but thankfully I also did buy in at close, not right at the bottom, but kind of when it felt like it was very undervalued and it was clearly not going to go anywhere. Then I did buy a little bit more, but I've been holding a very big bag of Solana for a long time now. Now, at the time of my video, it was at $111.66. And today, or at least when I made this chart, it was at $216.71. So a change of 94%. So I'm up 94% on Solana from last year. And so all in all, pretty good, happy with that. Obviously, to get to the $111 it was at a year ago, it went up crazy from its lows of like $8. Like when FTX first happened, it went down all the way down at about $8. Here in the chart, it's showing just under $10. But I think a wick did go down into the 8s. And then from there, it didn't get up to 100 until the end of last year. And from there, we had a huge pump up. And now Solana for the back end of this year really hasn't done much, but we've hit new all-time highs, which was exciting. And now we're back down to $216. I expect this to do really, really well in the short term and the long term. So very happy with Solana as one of my altcoin picks, top 12, and this one is going to be a keeper, people. Okay, I'm going to let you know which one of these I'm keeping through 2025 and which ones I am going to be trading new coins in and taking some out. But Solana, very happy with that, 94% up from last year. Very happy. We're holding, and I expect it to go way up from this $216 in 2025. All right, next coin was, let's see here, Polkadot. My beloved Polkadot, which isn't as beloved as it has been in the past. So if you were an early Cryptowise watcher, you know that I was huge into Polkadot when it first launched, and all through 2020, 2021. And even now I am. I definitely have some huge issues with the OpenGov stuff that's happening on Polkadot. If you don't follow Polkadot, I will explain a little bit about that to you and why I'm not as high on Polkadot as I used to be. I still hold a bag of it, not as much as I used to, and I am still bullish on it. So, but according to this, last year when I made that video, it was at $8.63. Today, it is at $8.37. So I'm down about 3% in the last year on Polkadot. Obviously, not great. Not what you want. You don't want your bags going down over a full year, especially in a bull market. But I am still a believer in Polkadot, especially in the long term. Long term, they've got a lot going for it. The tech is incredible. Gavin Wood, the founder of Polkadot, is one of the best crypto minds in the space. A genius in my opinion, and he is working on something called Jam, which is going to be essentially Polkadot 3.0, which should be launching sometime in 2025. Now, do I think Polkadot is going to do as well as some other coins in this bull run? I don't. I think it's going to do all right. I think it's going to do pretty well. And from this $8.30 it's at now, do I think we are able to reach the old all-time high of over $50? Yes, I do, or at least getting close to it. So for me, this is a hold, but to be honest, this is more of a long-term hold for me, in that I've reduced my bag significantly from where I had it because it was one of my biggest holdings. It's not that anymore. Still have a substantial amount, and I stake it on hydration, and I get a really good return on it. And this one for me is more of not this cycle, but next cycle kind of thing in terms of when I think it's going to reach its full potential, but still think it's going to do really well from here. I see a 4 or 5x from here for sure. I think there's a ton of bullish things happening, and I will be making some videos in the near future about the particular projects on Polkadot that I still really, really love. So for me, I am keeping it, even though I'm down 3% on it so far over the course of last year to this year. I am keeping Polkadot on my list. Oh yeah, and just to mention about the OpenGov stuff. So if you're not a Polkadot person, you wouldn't know about this, but basically in the spirit of decentralization, Polkadot put all its treasury governance on the blockchain. So it's all decentralized. Basically the whole treasury of Polkadot, you can see how it's being spent. You can vote on different proposals that people put in. So obviously this is where we want all blockchains to go eventually, but this happened early for Polkadot, and they have been ahead of the curve on this, which in theory you would think would be good, but it really just kind of airs the dirty laundry out there for everyone to see. There's been a ton of wasted DOT. I actually cry about it in my head, how much DOT has been wasted, especially in the bear time, like the last 2 years since it's launched. The amount of Polkadot that was spent at the bottom on dumb stuff, especially a lot of the marketing stuff. There are channels out there that, look, I wish all channels well. I love crypto content. I consume it. But there are channels out there that basically are just funded 100% from the treasury. And you can just see this. And in other projects, you don't see that. You don't know where the foundation is spending its money. And I think this early in crypto, that's better. It's better not to see that stuff. Because as a holder, it's just impossible not to get angry when you see your token going down and you see people deciding to spend tons of the treasury money on really dumb stuff. Anyway, moving along. The third token that I talked about as my top 12 was Chainlink. So Chainlink was at $15.27 a year ago. It's up at $27.69 at the time of making this spreadsheet, and that is a change of 81%-ish. So up 81% in a year on Chainlink, and I am still big on Chainlink. I'm holding. I still really like it for 2015. If you're an OG crypto person, you've been in crypto pretty much since altcoins became a thing, when Ethereum and a few others were invented, then it's hard not to love Chainlink. Because in the last cycle, the last 4-year cycle, really the altcoin season started in the summer of 2020. And we in crypto call that DeFi summer, because a lot of the protocols really exploded then, the Uniswaps of the world and a few others. But Chainlink really started that run up. And it was really in watching Chainlink and having Chainlink, because if you got into crypto, which I was already in crypto in 18, you lived through a brutal winter in 2018, 2019, and it was really in the spring of 2020, Chainlink started to explode. It was really the first altcoin that started to explode. It went from $4 all the way up to about $20 before anything else was moving. And then it came down, but then it had a great cycle last time. And I think it's going to have a great cycle this time. It's not leading the market in the way that it did last cycle, but it's still doing really well. It does a ton of stuff, has a ton of utility, obviously still the huge oracle in the space. And through CCIP, it does a lot of cross-chain stuff. You see a lot of huge crypto companies are utilizing their tech, like USDC and things like that. So I love Chainlink, still on my list. It's still going on my top 12 for 2025. I am a holder big time of Chainlink. Still love it. All right, moving on. Number 5. What was number 5? Let's see. Filecoin. Bit of a surprise, this one. So Filecoin. At the time of the video was $5.57. Today it is at $6.12. So it's up almost 10%. If this was my, my retirement plan in my bank, 10% in 1 year, I'd be happy with that. This is crypto and this is a bull run, so it's a bit lackluster. I was expecting more from Filecoin, if I'm being honest. And so this is the first coin that I'm going to replace. So I will be replacing, at the end of this video, I'm going to be replacing Filecoin and a few other of these coins and putting new ones in there. So you're going to want to stay tuned to the end of this video to find out which are the new altcoins that are going into this top 12 for 2025. I still really like Filecoin. Look, if you're someone who likes it, I like it. I think long-term it's going to do really well. I followed it right from the IPO. Obviously, if we look at this chart here, you can see last bull cycle, it was huge. I mean, it topped up at about $200 and it's down at $6 here. So nothing's really changed in terms of its utility, what it does and stuff. There's a lot more competition for it. And because it hasn't done well yet in this bull run, that is a bit concerning. I'm definitely a bit scared of tokens that have not done anything yet in this bull run, because we're about halfway through. Now we haven't reached the peak of it, and I think a lot of these coins will do most of their action towards the end of the bull run. So I think Filecoin could still do really well, but I am wary of tokens that haven't done anything yet. So in my mind, this was a miss, and I'm going to be replacing Filecoin on the list. Okay, number 5. Token number 5 was Multiverse X. This was at $72.84 time of video, and now it is down to $42.12. It is down 42% in a year. Ouch. Clearly one of my misses from that video. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And look, I can't be angry at Multiverse X, which used to be Elrond. Okay, if you're a crypto OG, you might know that Multiverse X, which is its own layer 1, so it's a competitor to the Solanas and the Polkadots and the Ethereums. It did really well last bull cycle. I can't be angry at it. I have done extremely well on what was Elrond, now Multiverse X. In the last cycle, you can see it basically started from nothing and then went all the way up to on close to $500. So I did really well last cycle with it. So I was pretty loyal to it through the bear, and I had high hopes that it would do really well this cycle again, but I was wrong, and I admit when I was wrong. I think there's just too much competition out there. Now look, can it pump back up to, I don't think it's going to its last all-time high. I think it would be way higher than this if it was going to do that. But can it do all right from 42? Can it go up? Yeah, of course. I think most crypto will go up this year at some level. So I definitely see it going, returning back to its 72 and beyond that. But I just want to own other things. And we'll be talking more about that later in the video. Look, if you're in Multiverse X still, I really liked it. I really loved it last cycle. I had high hopes for it. But this is one of the things about crypto. You got to analyze, you got to keep analyzing things, you got to keep up. I was in the ecosystem. I was using the thing. That's the other thing. If you're new to the channel, know that when I'm talking about tokens, for the most part, I get in there, I get my hands dirty, I start using it, I start using the apps, start using everything. And that's really where I decide whether or not I'm going to really like something or not. I'm not someone who really just looks at it and doesn't get involved, especially if it's a layer 1. So Multiverse X, I thought I had high hopes for last cycle, but I've been disappointed in terms of how far it's gone since then. And I think the competition is just too fierce. So I just think there are better choices out there, but I wish them well. I like the team a lot. And obviously I already made a bunch of money off this project. So, and you'll find this out if you're new to crypto. When you make money off of a project and you do really well with it, it's hard to not like it. So I do really wish Multiverse X well, and I hope I come back next year and say that I was wrong about it. But I will be replacing it and revealing what I will be replacing it with at the end of this video. All right, moving along. Next altcoin on my top 12 last year was Render. So last year at this time, it was at $4.60. Today, it's at about $8.43. That is up 83%. So not quite as much as Solana, a little bit more than Chainlink. So far, it is the third best performing altcoin on my list. but this is one I love. I love me some Render, and I have been buying all through this year. Let's look at the last year. It's been kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. Lots of opportunities to get into Render. And I really love this for both this bull run and also years to come. So if we can see, this is the last year chart. So it did run up to a new all-time high shortly after my video. So about March. In March, it went up to $13. Then it came all the way back down. And so as it was coming down here over the last 4 or 5 months, I have been buying more and more and more. It bottomed out in November, early November at, again, $4.20. So it was actually cheaper this past November than when I made this video a year ago, but it's back up to $8.30. So we're up 80-something%-ish, but love Render. One of my top crypto projects. It's got the AI narrative, but it also has huge new utility. Huge people in Hollywood are backing it. Lots of people are using it. And if you watch this channel, you'll realize that I'm definitely a utility guy. Have I made some money on stuff that really has no utility? Sure. And we're going to talk about meme coins later in this list. And I'm all for meme coins. I'm all for NFTs. I'm all for making money in crypto any way that you can. And I certainly acknowledge that I have seen people, I've done it myself, make money off of stuff that is just pure hype. But as an investor, I just think it's a safer play. And you're in a great space. You're in a new technology with crypto. So why not invest in, put your money behind projects that you think are actually going to have long-term utility, could really be something. Then, as it goes up, as it goes down, whatever, you can hold on to these for a long time. And if it really turns into something real, then I think that's when the real jackpot is going to happen. Render is one of those tokens for me. So will I be taking profits this bull run if it goes crazy in price? Yeah, I will. But am I going to be holding through the whole next bear cycle? Probably, yeah. I'll have a bag of it, and I'll hold it for the next cycle and the next, because I really do believe in it. And unless I get information about it where I think it's just not actually going to work, and I will admit that I was wrong, and I'll get out of it and go into something else. But right now, it is one of my very favorite plays. You can get the Render token on the Solana blockchain. It is very accessible. So if we look at the markets on CoinMarketCap, you can see it's on Binance, it's on Coinbase, and you can get it on pretty much every DeFi play on Solana. So love me some Render. Definitely going to keep it on my list for 2025. And any big dips I'm buying. I will take profit at some point this year, and I will still hold some going into next year and beyond. All right, moving on. Osmosis. Okay, this one not as good as Render. Okay, Osmosis was at $1.53 last year. It was doing really well last year, but right now it's at 55 cents. So it is down 64% in the year. So this was a big miss for me, and again, one that I will be replacing. Thankfully, I did get out of Osmosis before it's hit its bottom. Last year was doing great, as you can see, and it kind of went down and down and down. So I got out last spring, and not really because I didn't believe in it anymore. I don't follow it as much as I should. I've never really been a huge Cosmos guy or projects on Cosmos. There were just other things that I wanted to be in on and spending my time on more. So I got out. Thankfully, I took a loss on it, but I did get out of Osmosis a while ago, and I'll be replacing it on this list in this video at the end of the video. So Osmosis, unfortunately, big miss for me. Moving along. Next one was Beam. Beam is a gaming chain. I did a whole video on it about a year ago. I really loved it back then, and I still love it. Okay, so time of the video last year was at 19 cents. Now it's at about 31 cents, so it's up 63%. Not bad, not bad. I expect way more gains for it this year. I am keeping Beam on the list. Really love it. Yeah, expect big things from it. It's close to its all-time high. So that's the other thing about it. Its all-time high happened over the course of this year. It was about 42 cents. So it really has not explored price discovery yet. I think once we break through the old all-time high, we'll be seeing this thing shoot up. And I expect a 4 or 5x on this for sure in this cycle, and hoping for even more than that. Beam is one of my major gaming plays, so I'm going to keep that on the list. All right, moving along. Next one was Sui. Time of the video, SWI was at 72 cents. It is now at $4.72. So yeah, this was a huge win for me. Huge, huge, huge. If you are a longtime Cryptowiser and you watched those videos from last year, because I only made videos last year probably for 3 months, I guess. And to be honest, a lot of them were on SWI. And I told you guys, SWI is my big play for this bull run. Told you guys a year ago, so hopefully you guys were watching those videos, but I talked about SWI being my major play for this next bull run. So far it has done amazing for me, not just SWI but the whole ecosystem. But SWI obviously up almost 600% has been my big win, and thankfully it was also the thing I went biggest on in the last year. I put way more into SWI in terms of a new bag than any other bag. It's one of my top bags right now. And you can see this video here. I made this video 9 months ago now. Is this the new #1 crypto chain? That was all about SWI. I made the SWI DeFi, ready to explode, using DeFi to make huge profits. I made this one about SWI gaming. I made this one SWI network, big things happening. So anyway, hopefully you're watching those videos, because that one has been my big win for the year, SWI, and I love it. I love it for this bull run and beyond. But this bull run, I really think it has a chance to do really, really well. I'm already up 500% on it, and I'm still buying, not selling. I use a ton of the dApps in the ecosystem, the wallets, the user experience is so great. So a lot of my DeFi is in the SWI ecosystem, so I'm just making a lot more SWI on a daily basis with my original investment. And so I love that. So anyway, I'll be doing a lot more videos on SWI. SWI and the SWI ecosystem will be a huge part of Cryptowise moving forward. So if you want to learn more about it, or if you're in SWI already and you just love SWI content, then don't worry, Cryptowise is going to have you covered. And that was a big win, up or over 555% from last year. So amazing. And that made up more than enough for some of the ones that were failures. And that goes to what I said at the beginning of the video. You can make really good money in crypto even if you make some mistakes, okay? You just have to have a very good strategy in place. You got to know how to diversify your portfolio in terms of the risk. You know, if something is more risky, then obviously you want to have a smaller percentage of your portfolio in it. And in terms of what you believe in and what you don't believe in, you want to, calculate that right. But when you really believe in something the way that I did SWI last year, then you want to go big on it. And that's how you can kind of make sure that overall you're a big winner in crypto. All right, but moving along. So SWI was a big winner. Now, some of these will not be as big a winner. And let's see what the next one was. The next one was Dogecoin. Now, this was another big winner for me, up 333% since last year. So at the time of the making of the video, Doge was down at 9 cents. And I think I said in this video that this was a no-brainer for me, and it really was. This brings us to the topic of meme coins. Okay, so meme coins, since I made that video, just exploded. Okay, obviously if you're in crypto now, you know about meme coins. You know that on Solana thousands of them are made a day. On SWI maybe hundreds are made a day. There are, I don't know how many meme coins now, because anyone can create one. So we're seeing hundreds of thousands made a day, and a few have popped. Can you make money on meme coins? 100% you can. And I made money on Doge this year. Okay, it was at 9 cents last year. It's almost at 40 cents. So over 300% change this year. My strategy with memes, I'm not a huge meme guy. I'm not going to be out there, looking 12 hours a day on Deck Screener, trying to find the next big thing. If you can do that, more power to you. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Is there money to be made? For sure. And if you're really smart, if you made a ton of money in memes, if you hit big on one of the early ones, or you just kind of spread your money around and one of them hit big, then yeah, you can do really well. That's not my strength in crypto investing. So do I stay away from memes completely? No, because I acknowledge there's a lot of money to be made in memes. What I try to do is, once something has kind of established itself as one of the top memes, if there are big dips, then I'll go in. Because I've been in crypto long enough to know that certain meme coins will last and they will have cycles. Some of them will, once they dip, they're gone forever. So I have a kind of a meme bag part of my portfolio. And when I see a big dip in a meme coin that I think is going to have a longer life, then I can go in. And I've made money that way. It's done really well for me. To me, Doge is the Bitcoin of meme coins. If you've been in crypto for a long time, you know that Doge is the first meme. It did really, really well last cycle. And because of the whole Elon Musk connection, and now with Trump winning and the whole Doge Department of Government Efficiency, it's, clearly going to be talked about a lot. And so to me, it was the easy play, and I still think it's got room to go. So it's up over 300% since I made that last video. The all-time high last cycle was over 60 cents. So yeah, I think it's got a lot of room this cycle to go. Now, can you make 100x on it? No, I don't think so. Those days are gone. Is it an easy kind of risk-free play in terms of the memes? Yeah, I think so. I think it's got more room to go, so I'm keeping it on my list. And in terms of the other memes that I kind of go in, again, if I think it is a blue chip and then I see it go down 80%, I'll take a flyer on it. And if it dies, it dies. But the chances are, if it's a blue chip, that if you're patient enough, it will have a bump. I've done that with Bonk, done it with Doge. On SWI, I did it with FUD. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for in this cycle. I'm not going to be trying to buy lottery tickets with memes. But when there are huge corrections, and there will be in this bull run like every other bull run, and I see some of these blue chip memes get destroyed, then for me, that's a good opportunity to kind of swoop in, buy a little bag, hold on to it until the next pump in that meme. And Doge, for me, is the easiest play in terms of the memes. All right, moving along. And next one is Kilt. So this was a micro cap play. I've been in this one from the very, very beginning. Last year, this time it was at 48 cents. Now it is at 17 cents. So this one is down almost 65%. So clearly it has not done well this year. Am I getting rid of it? No, I am not. I'm holding on to this one, and you might call me crazy. This was a Polkadot project originally, but now Kilt is also on Base chain and Ethereum. And so Kilt is going to be a multi-chain project, and it is tiny. You can see fully diluted market cap, under 50 million still. The market cap right now at 8 million. So it's tiny, tiny. So do I have a huge percentage of my portfolio in Kilt? No. I have a pretty sizable bag considering its market cap. Again, I stake it on hydration. I get a really good return in DOT for staking it there. And I just believe in it long term. And I do think that it could do well this cycle. And if it doesn't, then I'll hold on to it. I think the next cycle it will do well. If you don't know about Kilt, it's a decentralized identity play. Now, one of the reasons I'm holding on to it is because the tokenomics have totally changed recently. As I said, it joined other blockchains, so it's on Base and Ethereum now, and we'll go to others as well. The inflation is way down, so Kilt holders have voted to kill the inflation pretty much. It's way down from what it was doing over the last few years. If you're curious about Kilt, I would go and I would follow Leonardo da Market Caprio at the Market Caprio. So he talked a lot about Kilt. You can see that his avatar here has a kilt and a little avatar. Anyway, he talks a lot about it. And this was a tweet that he sent out just recently. He said 7,000 plus DIDs were created on mainnet today, the highest level since Monday, which in turn was the highest since April. So that's 14,000 Kilt permanently locked today against 900 Kilt inflation. So Kilt right now is deflationary. So these DIDs, so that's the decentralized ID. So when one is created using Kilt, then 2 Kilt are locked up pretty much forever. So that's why he's saying 14,000 Kilt today locked up forever, and the inflation was only 900. So obviously, the more of these DIDs are created on Kilt, then the price of Kilt is going to go up. And Kilt has a huge partnership with Deloitte, and they've been working on, instead of doing smaller partnerships, they're really going after the big fish. So if they can land a couple more of these partnerships, you're going to see these DID creations go up in the hundreds of thousands a day. And then you know what that's going to do with Kilt. So yeah, look, it's a small little project. It's high risk for sure. But for me, I still really believe in it, even though I've been in it since the beginning, for 4 or 5 years or whatever it's been. So anyway, I'm keeping it, even though I'm down 65% on it, I'm keeping it on the list. Still love Gilt, still believe in it, and high reward, high risk, obviously, but I love it still. So keeping it up. And that goes also for the last coin on this list. That's actually the worst for me and one that I believe in still the most. And that is Crown. So Crown is a gaming token. It is the ownership token for the Photo Finish game, which is a horse racing ecosystem. An amazing example of what you can do with Web3 gaming. Last year at this time it was at 92 cents. Now it's at 36 cents. So it's down over 60% since last year. And I still believe in it completely, still holding it. Now, the great thing about Crown is I stake it in Photo Finish, the game. That gives me ownership of the racetracks, or partial ownership of the racetrack. I get a share of the racetrack revenue every month. And so even though Crown goes down every month, I get my revenue and I'm able to put that revenue back into crypto. So that's what I've been doing from the very beginning. I think it's been probably about 2 years, I guess, now since I've been doing that. So every month I get my revenue from Photo Finish. I either put it back into the Photo Finish game or I invest in more crypto with it. But I really think that Crown is the most undervalued on this list. Now, it's also the highest risk on the list because it's a very small game. It's one ecosystem, it's one game in crypto. So obviously it could go to zero if the game doesn't work, if the ecosystem doesn't work. I think it's got the best founders in crypto that I've encountered. Ian, the founder creator of this game, is the real deal, worked at EA Sports, knows what he's doing in terms of game design, and has been learning a ton in terms of the crypto side of the business. And so this peaked. So after I made that video at 92 cents, it actually ended up going to about $2. And then from there, it's gone down. But one of the things I also love and why I believe in it also is that if you had the PFPs from back in the day, the NFTs that they first launched, if you had those, you could stake those and then you earn Crown every month. And so, yeah, I do that as well. That's how I've gotten a bunch of my Crown. Others have been doing that. So every month, a bunch of Crown is given to the PFP owners and a lot of it gets sold. But if you know the game, you know that a lot of these people are selling Crown so that they can reinvest in their horses or breeding or other things in the game. So it's not necessarily leaving the game. It's not saying that the game isn't successful. It's actually been really successful and growing. But people take profits on the Crown that they're getting for free and put it into game in other ways. So that has definitely put the price of Crown down. That's put sell pressure on Crown. But that's ending in 3 months. So in March of 2025, that will end, and pretty much all of the circulating supply of Crown will be out there, and it is a max supply. So once all of Crown is out there, that's it. There's no more Crown to be had. I think this price of Crown is going to skyrocket over the course of 2025. So I'm keeping it on my list. Still super bullish on Crown and Photo Finish Live. All right, guys. So that was the top 12 tokens of 2024. So going into 2025, like I said, I'm changing 3 of these. So Filecoin, we're going to turn red. Multiverse X, we're turning red. This one is going away. And Osmosis is going away. So as you can see from this list, look, are these the 3 worst performers for me? No, Filecoin was actually up 10% almost. Multiverse X and Osmosis were terrible for sure, but so was Kilt and so was Crown. And I still really believe in those. So that's the other thing about crypto, guys. You have to make decisions. Just because something hasn't performed and has gone down, if you still believe in it, if I still really believe in it, I keep it. If I'm wrong at the end of the day, I'm wrong at the end of the day. But I have been right more than not. And there have been times that I've held on to things when people have said, you're crazy, that thing is dead. What are you holding on to that crap for? And it has been my best performer. So the longer you're in crypto, the more you can learn from your experience and you start acting more instinctively. You take the information, you do the research, you put the work in, but then you also have to act instinctively and there's not going to be one rule, like one hard, fast rule that if this happens, then I do this. So on this, look, I looked at 12 altcoins and I said, am I keeping for 2025 or am I not? Some have performed really well, I'm still keeping. Some performed really badly, I'm still keeping. But then there were three I had to make a decision on. I was like, you know what? I am replacing these. So I promised you at the end of this video, I'd let you know what I'm replacing them with. So Filecoin, I'm going to replace with Arweave, or I have. Okay, all these have already been done. Just full disclosure, I've already bought my Arweave, turned my Filecoin into Arweave. I still think Arweave has a ways to go. I really like it. Again, it's kind of the same space as Filecoin, where Filecoin is storage, Arweave is immutable storage also. So they're not exactly the same project, but I'm keeping the narrative that I like there. I like utility plays and infrastructure plays. And so Arweave for me, I like better than Filecoin, which is why I did the switch. Multiverse X, I sold all my Multiverse X. I put it into SWI. That happened a long time ago. Happy with that. But I'm going to replace Multiverse X on this list, not with another layer one. I'm going to go with a DeFi play in SWI, and I'm going to choose Cetus for this. Now, I actually am in multiple DeFi plays on SWI, but this is the one that I'm going to put on this list of 12. It's near its all-time high, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. I'm not saying rush out and buy Cetus. Actually, I'm not saying buy any of these, okay? The other thing with Cryptowise channel, I'm not trying to sell you anything. This is just to have crypto talk. I'll tell you what I'm doing. And if you're like, that makes sense, and you want to make that decision, good for you. But I am not selling you on any of these coins. Do whatever the hell you want. I do not care. My life does not change at all if you buy any of these coins or not. I'm not trying to sell you anything. But just because I talk about an altcoin does not mean you need to rush out and buy it. But I'm putting Cetus on my list. I really love it as a DeFi play in SWI. SWI is going to be a huge part of my portfolio now and moving forward into this bull run. So I'm going to be putting Cetus instead of Multiverse X. And I am a huge DeFi guy, especially when it comes to taking profits, using my profits. How am I going to gain yield interest on my profits? I'm going to be doing that all in DeFi. Cetus is going to be one of those ways. And the Cetus token, I think, has a lot of potential. The second DeFi play, I'm going to be replacing Osmosis, a DeFi play in itself. And I'm going to be replacing it with a Solana DeFi play. This one is Camino. Okay, I'm a huge fan of lots of DeFi on Solana, but Camino for me is what I'm going to be adding on this list. How Camino works is basically in the liquidity, if you add liquidity, it's utilizing the other DeFi platforms. So it's not doing its own thing. So like, for example, the Jito Sol liquidity pool, that's actually utilizing Orca. And then this USDC pool is utilizing Radium. So basically it's a one-stop shop where you can find the best liquidity pools to join, get the best yields. They have their own product called Multiply, which is an amazing product to look into. But anyway, Camino, I really, really love Camino as a platform, and so I am investing in the Camino token. They just launched their swap protocol in beta. So their swap is still in beta form, and it has done really, really well since they've launched it. So the Camino token has done really well recently too. So like Cetus, it's close to all-time highs. Be very careful about buying anything close to all-time highs. But I really like Camino for this bull run. So those are the three placements I am doing. Arweave, Cetus, Camino instead of Filecoin, Multiverse X, Osmosis. I'll be talking a lot about these 12 altcoins in the future. I'll talk more about what the projects do. I'll show you how to use them, yada, yada, yada. There will be a ton of crypto talk on Cryptowise coming up, guys, over the next 6 months to a year. So I hope that because Milty is back, your good friend Milty, that's me, I hope you will be back too. And I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope that you will comment because I love hearing from you guys about what you guys are doing in crypto. Hope you'll come over to X here at Cryptowise, guys. Follow me there and talk to me over there about crypto. This channel for me is all about just building community. I'm basically 24/7 crypto. And if you're doing that too, you know how lonely it gets. So it's always great to kind of build a community, have other people to talk to about what they're doing, hear other people's ideas, and I love sharing my ideas with you guys. And along the way, hopefully over the next year, you and me will make a lot of money in crypto. That's what I am hoping. So anyway, guys, that's my return video to Cryptowise. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Milty saying over and out.